General health concerns aren't just in the imagination of people. Medical professionals themselves in local areas will comment about how over a lifetime the incidence of Parkinson's disease has grown over the decades. And the science coming from overseas keeps on building on direct correlation links between exposures and disease incidence. Yeah, so I'm a fourth generation farmer. Grandparents came here and was some of the first farming settlers in this area. There was a lot of inherent pride. My grandfather and my father won the World Wheat Competition in 1936. That pride in making something that was very worthwhile and nourishing for people was inherently there. So in the old days before synthetic chemicals, long-term rotations of crops using animals, wheat, barley and oats, combined with sheep and cattle over the top. It's been rapidly transformed in these areas to more broad-scale industrial monocultural cropping. Synthetic chemicals really started to make their widespread appearance in the Australian context from about the 1980s. In the days when we were using those, we might apply one spray to a crop. It's not irregular in this part of the world to have 13 or more chemicals applied to an equivalent modern-day crop. The industry's statistics are clear on this. In the last 20 years, chemical usage in terms of tonnage of chemicals in Australia has gone up by 255%, as well as the toxicity of those chemicals actually rising as well. And with some of the chemicals now, such as the range of PFAS compounds, which are 15,000 or more such compounds, and most agricultural sprays contain those to one degree or another, they are permanently with us. They are called forever chemicals because their bonds do not break down in any appreciable time. So these trees and the other vegetation here, shrubs and other plants, are showing impacts of passive chemical exposure. They are showing that herbicides and fungicides are falling on them at a great distance from where those substances have been applied in agricultural settings. It is sad. It is really, really sad to see this dying in front of our eyes from preventable causes. So now it's different than the old days where chemicals would degrade down into their constituent parts. Now we are faced with some really big implications that we're putting on things that we cannot get rid of and that actually accumulate up the food chain to us. There are very many individual examples of health impacts, direct and secondary, but some that I would flag come out of the EPA documents themselves, where school children and their teachers threaten to walk out of school and go on strike because of direct impacts of sprays. I never accepted that it was a proposition that us humans needed to have food at the expense of the ecology. I've always believed that we could actually expand both. And so my career has been doing just that. I was extremely humbled to be awarded the 2022 Bob Hawke Landcare Award, Landcare's highest honour. The issue of passive chemical exposures now is something that's genuinely saddening in that it is collapsing my 3.5 decades worth of work of trying to expand the diversity. The sadness comes from working in your landscape and watching things die in front of you. It's been more than a decade since we've been able to drink our water here. with the knowledge that it's unsafe for us to do. And so those things, do affect you and strike really at the heart of things. We have some really beautiful examples of old tortured river red gums and yellow box through here. This would have been really important for many thousands of years for lots and lots of people. It is sad. It is really, really sad to see this dying in front of our eyes from preventable causes. We still have in Australia a wide variety of chemicals that have been long ago banned in other jurisdictions. Those are clear signals that we're not operating at best practice. My journey of really becoming alert to this started in about 2017, when it was apparent that the awful autumns that cotton areas were experiencing were rapidly getting worse. We approached behind the scenes Cotton Australia, agronomists and the Environmental Protection Agency in a genuine attempt to say we are after solutions and scientific study of what is very, very apparent in the landscape. In the case of Cotton Australia, it was right to the board level and to the CEO level, and we worked through that along with the EPA for a full 18 months before we realised that everything that was coming back from both those two sources was deliberately obstructing and obscuring and making sure that this issue wasn't addressed. For individual cotton growers or the industry as a whole, the message is the same as I delivered in 2017. There is an observable problem. Your industry knows it is there. It is undeniable. So let's work on a solution. Let's not have conflict. Let's work towards solutions which then benefit all of us. It's totally within our human control how we use this range of products. I really don't know why in total this can't be addressed, but as part of me speaking out, it is really a genuine attempt to make sure that the community knows that it's not just my problem, my region, or rural or regional. We're all impacted. I long ago decided if I couldn't be a wonderful example, at least I could be a horrible warning. It's been hard on our family, absolutely. I guess through an accident of history, really being at this point in time and the fortunate life that I've had, we have the real knowledge that these things are affecting not just us, but the next generations and following generations. We are doing negative things that we do not have to do in the way we are doing them now. We can find solutions. We can address this. We can save future generations. Sorry.